can you hear me, brother?
Yes, we can right now.
George, we got you now. Go ahead. You're live.
There we are. Okay.
You are live on air, George.
George Webb from the U.S. Capitol, and introduce your guest.
Everybody.
I guess I should be a wind block for you.
Oh, it must be chilly,
You
huh?
got the first.
It's a little big.
Yeah, John.
We got you.
I'd say start the show, and at least everybody will know I met Ann Vandersteel.
You're live.
No, everybody will know I met you. That's more important.
All right.
Show them that we're live.
Oh yeah.
They can see it.
You are live, George.
Live on YouTube.
There.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
No,
I
no,
look too
no,
good.
no, I look good. You're warmer. Look at me. I look like an Eskimo. I don't care.
Hey, let me ask you a question, George.
Makes me think I'm in third grade and somebody just pinned a note.
Question, George.
Go on.
George Webb, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, George. Hey, you're live.
Oh, we're live. Hey,
Hey, we're
live here with Ann
again.
Vandersteel. Hey, man, how you doing?
Good, George. It's good to finally meet you.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's one of those parade route things where we all say, and this float coming along here by the DNC, it looks like the CCP has put a lot of different roses on it. It's that cold right now.
Yeah, it's super cool, but it's great to be out here. A lot of MAGA people here have been here since really early this morning. I can't say enough about our country. I can't say enough about the people that are representing. And God bless President Trump because he's really kept everybody at bay. I mean, a lot of people here are talking about storming the Capitol if this isn't done the right way. And I think that the fact that the MAGA has exercised the restraint that it's held together to this point
The
is
DNC, it looks like
our president.
CCP.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we definitely do not recommend storming the Capitol. Bad idea. Not a good idea. You will be shot. You will be arrested. So don't do that. So Ann, you outlined for us three options. What I call the Pence options. Trump has tweeted out, Mike, you have to do your duty for the country. Could you take us through those three options really quick, Ann?
Sure. So option number one would be that these guys back in here, these criminals, which most of them are criminals and here, card-carrying communists, do the right thing and stand up for America and vote the way the Americans voted, which is, of course, in a landslide election for President Trump. It would require them also to throw out the electors from those 6 swing states that are obviously fraud. That's number one. If they don't do it, Pence needs to come in and he needs to toss those electoral votes. And if he doesn't want to do it, then he needs to send it back to the states, which is the 12th Amendment, and let the state legislatures, which each get 1 vote per state, and there's 30 Republican houses, state legislators, and there's 20 Democrats, or 19. So they need to do it. Personally, I'd like to see option 3 because I think that'll be the most unifying for the country when the actual country understands the magnitude that the majority of Americans voted for President Trump, and we were represented by our own state houses, not these criminals which are bought and paid for by the CCP and other people in here, Iran, Turkey, UK, Serbia, Pakistan. I mean, you name it, they're all owned in there. They're not owned by us, which they forget they work for us. So I'd rather see our state houses do it. But frankly, if it gets done with option 1 and we get President Trump in there, we still need to have house cleaning. We still need to arrest some people because it's just obvious what's going on. And of course, the big story too coming out is what happened in Italy.
Yeah. That came out with the Italian interference, the whole Leonardo.
Right.
And we don't know if that's smoke or if there's fire there, but it does maybe seem like there's a lot of evidence.
I got a call today from somebody who worked for President Trump for a long time. And this person, I'm not going to say male or female because I don't want to put them on blast, but they
You don't want to say Mike Flynn right now?
No, it's not Mike Flynn.
Okay.
I'll tell you that one.
It would be nice if it was. But.
Organized finances for Maria Zack, who was on the audio tape that people heard asking for planes and money to help extract the whistleblowers.
Okay.
This person helped facilitate that.
Yeah. So this is that Stefani guy, the 20-year State Department guy.
And the president of the EU, and he's also on the board of Leonardo, that worked with President Obama and Renzi from the former Prime Minister of Italy.
Oh, yeah. And we know the group of people that went in from the Italian squad, if you will, that went in to take down Trump in 2016 was all organized. And I can't remember the FBI agent's name who was the liaison to, that whole Link University and that whole thing.
Right.
They were at the red card with the soccer takedown. And I'll think of his name in a second. But he was very close friends with Christopher Steele.
Right.
Very close friends with
I
Christopher
know.
Steele. And I'm just spacing on the name right now.
I am too, and I've been trying to remember it myself. But you remember Bar and Durham went to Italy very early on.
Yeah. To get the phones. Yeah.
To get the phones, and what else are they doing there? Did we ever get an accounting for that whole trip?
Yeah, and they're in red card. If you Google Christopher Steele and more, all those same guys worked the takedown of the NASCAR guys and also the soccer guys, the FIFA guys. And in the book Red Card, it says the guy's name, and I'm just can't think of it right now. But Anna's on top of this story, and you've been covering. You're the lead reporter that is covering the Supreme Court today. Are you working with the Stop the Steal group?
I'm working with Latinos for Trump group. I'm on their press pool today. Bianca Gracia, who's organizing everything going on over there. I'm supposed to head over there and be interviewing people on the stage right now. But first.
Well, that's awesome.
Priorities.
Yeah, Ann Vandersteel. We're going to have Addy Ads here, so I think he's got a little Latino blood in him. So, along with a lot of Native American blood, so he's a Latino for Trump, that's for sure. And I didn't realize, the blue eyes and everything, Swedish blue eyes, Dutch. Oh, right, Vandersteel. Yeah, not Vandersteel. Yeah, I didn't realize that you were Latino as well. So,
no, Latino today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kidding you. I'm just kidding you about your blue eyes. They add a lot, I'm sure. John, do you have any questions for us here at the Capitol?
Well, I think I was going to just ask you generally what the mood of people is. Ann, you mentioned a lot of interesting topics. One was Vice President Pence, and I'm expecting that people are going to be putting a lot of pressure on Vice President Pence this morning. And the other one is your topic, your group, the Latinos for Trump. That's a very interesting point. We had Carlos Ayaga on my show about a month ago, and he spoke some in Spanish. And I wanted to ask your opinion of, do you think that the Spanish media, Spanish-speaking media, is doing a good job of getting Trump's message to Latinos?
Gosh.
Let's do mood.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's do mood first, and we'll do a quick swing here. You can see that this everyone's still at the ellipse, but it's slowly building. There's Addy Ads. Get in here, Addy Ads, and meeting Ann Vandersteel. This is the first time meeting right there. It's happening right now. It's happening live. This is all live. This is really, really happening right here. I'm right next to Ann Vandersteel, guys. I feel lucky. Yeah. And guess what? She hooked us up, brother. She hooked us up. VIP in the house right here.
Whoa.
Wes, you got a VIP pass. You've been upgraded. I'd always love to upgrade people. Hey, everybody, come on in. Come on in. Miami 82? You're 82?
Yeah, my wife is 81.
81. Hey, another Miami grad. Look at it, everybody there. Meet Ann Vandersteel. What's your name? Eric.
Pleasure to meet you.
So are you still in Ohio?
No, Atlanta.
You're in Atlanta. Oh, my
I voted yesterday. Morning.
And what was the mood of the other day? Did they push the button for the paper went in?
You know, the first time they weren't. Cheryl can tell you about that.
Really?
70% of people
Needs to put the mic closer.
Oh,
people
yo.
showing up
Shuffle.
and doing provisional ballots. Now they just don't know.
Your idea.
Well, Cheryl, get in here and tell your story. Thank you very much. Your first name?
Eric.
Eric, nice to meet you. Atlanta. Okay, come on. Yeah, but he said Miami 82.
Yeah, Miami.
So
Miami 81.
you're Miami 81. Oh, my God. All the Miami grads are here. Meet Ann Vandersteel, Cheryl. Meet Ann Vandersteel right there. There she is.
I'm your Twitter follower. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
So, Ann, you got fans coming all the way from hot Atlanta to cold D.C. just to meet you. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? That is Ann Vandersteel. Behind that puka parka is. And so, Cheryl, tell us about this voting machines.
Well, they're corrupt, they're fraudulent. We've been involved as much as we've been involved because we're just so disgusted. You've got one person to be one vote. You go into the machine, they take the sticker that we in Georgia that doesn't say I voted. It says I secured my vote.
I secured my vote. I love it. Well, thank you for coming. We've got some of the folks, the senators coming in now. as you can see, the senators are coming in the carriage room over there, and that's Vice President Pence's motorcade going by right now.
Good.
And so the crowd is encouraging him to do the right thing. See the crowd now responding to Pence's motorcade. Oh, Madison. Oh, Congressman Madison. I'm being told Congressman Madison is in the wheelchair here, going into the Capitol as well. So we don't know. It didn't look like the vice presidential flag, to be honest, so I can't confirm that's Vice President Pence, but it looks like some of the senators that might be, John, objecting to the election. We've heard stories of 10 might object, 12 might object, 15. We talked to Jim Jordan in the House on the other side of about 100 representatives say that they're going to object, so we don't know the story. Wes, you came to here all the way from South Carolina. How are you doing?
Oh, well, ambulatory, that's what I don't like to say.
Yeah, and you've been upgraded to the VIP press pass.
Well,
that's a nice thing.
Jump in the right circle.
What do you expect, right? So how was things at the Ellipse? Eddie ads get in here.
Oh, it's plenty good.
Yeah?
It's incredible. You know,
Let's get the Capitol behind us.
I'm sure the news will say that we're hundreds there.
The hundreds came because they cared.
But I'm guessing that you're talking millions. That's all it's going to
After millions, right?
Wow.
Oh, you got your hat going there.
I'm having a bad hair day here.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's fine.
But
Come on over here.
Impressive. It's like I mean, whenever you see that many people,
it does kind of overwhelm you, doesn't it?
I've never
And
seen
you can
it
feel the flow. You can feel the flow coming from down there up here. And we're hearing a beautiful rendition of.
Why don't you share?
We've got Addie Ads here, recently upgraded to the VIP tent in the press tent. Oh, I'm gonna put you right here. Right there. He's been upgraded.
Shout out to Ann Vandersfield for hooking it up. Freedom Rally 2021 with Timos with Trump. And we brought up some of Georgia's fans. Actually, they're from Atlanta, and they saw some of the stories I was doing there in Georgia.
Para todas las personas que hablan español, hay una cuestión en español, por favor.
Okay.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal abajo?
Todo está muy bien aquí en la capital de los Estados Unidos. Aquí estamos con nuestros amigos. Y
Un poquito frío.
hace un poco frío, sí, pero está bien porque somos la compañía de amigos y
Compadres.
compadres de nuestra nación.
Hay un espíritu muy fuerte allí.
Muy fuerte para nuestra nación, para los Estados Unidos, para unidad y para todos, for everybody.
Todos juntos, ambos fuerte, we're all together.
All about unity. All about unity. And
Okay, we're seeing more and more folks coming in. See.
I want to thank you, Addie, for some Spanish narration there.
So as the different senators and congressmen are coming in, they're getting calls, cheers from the crowd as people recognize them from different states. And so we didn't expect this. This is all kind of spontaneously happening, but it's quite impressive. So we have Andrew Vanderfield here in a second. And join me for a second with Addie. Addie, get in there. What do you? Yeah, somebody lost a glove. No love, no glove, right? Or so I can't remember how that goes. But so you're meeting a hero over here right now. What question do you have for Ann right here on Capitol Hill?
And what has been the most difficult challenge in recent times with everything? What's been the biggest hurdle that you cross, personally or professionally? What do you think?
Really refining my discernment on who's the legitimate source and who's not. Who's in it to really support the country and who's not. And I was just saying over there, out of your thought, I knew George Webb was the real deal. A group of individuals, right, for a long
George, can you hear me?
Our side, dragging us a while to figure out there's a lot of fakes in our own movement.
Right.
And I was just refining my discernment because I grew up thinking we were Republicans good one of the good guys. Learned it. Not so much.
What?
Not so much.
And we also have had we've been to platform many times. That had to hurt financially.
Oh yeah, right. We start getting to the point where people wanting to support your work, and we're crowdfunding just individual people that want to support, and for sponsors that are depending on your mass views to get their name out there. When you get to platform, you have to be part of. Fortunately, we're on so many platforms now that they help us to ignite other platforms. So it builds up quickly. And now we're to the point, hey, that you're like, we don't care if it's
Oh, we're losing our audio with George Webb now.
Uh-oh, I think we lost our video.
No, we're
When we
good.
get video feedback, I didn't do D&D on my phone. I'm sorry.
All right, George, I can hear you, but your guests have to have the mic right close to them.
Yeah. So, John, the question I wanted to ask, and the question I want to ask Ed Vandersteel is, do Latinos for America have room for do Latinos for America, you think, have room for a young guy, reporter like Addy X, to speak Spanish as well as he does?
Oh wow!
You're seeing Addy get a job right now in front of us. You won't have to depend on this breadcrumbs from us anymore, Addy. You'll have a real job. Well, I would leave it too if there was a job.
You text Addy.
That's the end of the homeless shelter, right? Tom Goddard, you're here from Michigan. You're here from Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for coming. What do you think about this so far? You met Ann Vandersteel. What do you think?
This is wonderful. The spirit's just great, you know. There's so much. You know, everybody's all worried about Antifa and all that. I'm not worried one bit. You know, I mean, it's just all good, and it's just wonderful. It really is, and I thank you so much, George. We were standing by people right in front of us, just nice folks that you went to college with. You know?
Right.
They were standing right here. I struck up a conversation with them, and come to find out, Addie's standing there, and she goes, I said, we're with a media group, and this is Addie. And she goes, I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally how it happened.
Yeah, well,
I
strange things happen here.
I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah,
and then he goes, well, we're with George Webb. Oh my God, George too. And then come to find out we're walking here, how many blocks it is with them. I'm dragging along, and their daughter is just a wonderful 22-year-old young woman. Got so much going for her, goes to Auburn, and she's doing great. She's number 2 in speaking in the contest for public speaking.
Wow.
She's going places.
I want to say, Tom, thanks for all your work in Michigan. You bought gimbals for all the guys. You bought the cameras, and you really supported this group. You brought Andy here from from Pennsylvania, where he was doing a story. And Andy, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tom, and thank you for representing Michigan and manufacturing.
Oh, yeah.
We can make stuff. We proved that in the last 4 years. We can make stuff again. He was with Ford for a long, long time. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm retired now. I'm glad I could be helping George and the group.
Thank you.
Super.
This is our backbone right here. This is our backbone.
Thank you, Tom. You got it.
All right. So, a couple other folks. Anybody want to be interviewed? You guys want to be interviewed? No? Come on. So where are you from?
I'm from West Virginia.
I'm George Webb. I've been to West Virginia. You got Clark's son there?
It's streaming last year.
What? Where are you from?
The Huntington area, just right on the Kentucky-Ohio border.
Yeah.
And I'm a state legislator there. I was recently elected to the House of Delegates. I'm not his district there.
So are you an elector?
Yes, sir.
You are an elector?
No, I was elected to the state house.
Okay, because a lot of the electors
I wasn't.
Are
electors. No, I wasn't able to be one of those this year.
Now, there's 7 electoral votes with West Virginia?
5.
Only 5. Oh,
Yep.
2 senators, right.
Two senators, and then we got 3 congressmen.
I played a game called Landslide, and you got a total of 7 if you won West Virginia. But there's only 5 and 2 senators.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think so far? I mean, you've come all this way. What do you think so far?
I think the atmosphere is great. I think it's awesome to see this many patriots getting off the couch and getting out and making their voices heard. I think that what we're seeing right now is the fact that Trump might not have drained the swamp, but Trump has exposed the swamp, and Trump has created a movement that's going to outlive him. Because 4 years ago, I know myself and a lot of these other people would not be out here right now in the streets fighting for America, fighting for the Constitution, fighting for freedoms, and President Trump is the one who's done that for us.
And so he's found the drain plug, basically.
Yeah.
So we want to give him a chance to yank that chain.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we're neighborhood news, and neighborhood news studio, and you can check me out, George Webb, and
Okay.
Ann Vandersteel
On
also.
YouTube?
Yeah, and Ann
Okay.
Vandersteel's right here. You can meet her right there.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, John, you have another question by any chance?
George, everything's going great, and you're on the spot reporting is just perfect. We couldn't be happier here in Mystery Island Studio. So no, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to let you go ahead and continue with your interviews if you have someone close by.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to try to interview a couple more people, but I just want to show a fan here meeting one of his heroes. Tom, you're meeting Ann Vandersteel.
The first time.
It's kind of like you're going to Disneyland. How do you feel?
For the Capitol, yeah.
Oh.
Neighborhood news.
Now, one thing we are getting our audio messed up here.
Fangirling over George.
Yeah.
No, we're getting a little close there.
That's all right.
Okay, we've got some shofars going.
Yeah.
So we're ready to go to synagogue right here. But this is at the beginning. Gabriel, it's like Gabriel's trumpet. So they're hearkening in a polemic. Now we've got, what's your name, sir?
Lawrence from Chicago.
Lawrence from Chicago. You're downtown Chicago. You face the camera, Lawrence, here, and we'll get you straight on here. What brings you? This is the only place where it's actually warmer than Chicago right now.
It is a little warmer, and it's 45 degrees today. It's a little windy, but it's 45 or present 45.
Right, and 45 for 45. I like that. And now, what part of downtown Chicago are you in?
I'm Logan Square.
Logan Square, and that's right down by where the old DNC used to have their front operation. There was a bunch of spies that were in there, but well, on California Street, California?
Right on California.
Yeah, yeah.
Humboldt Park.
We went to the DNC front operation about 4 years ago and did that whole story there. So, how long you?
Chicago. I'm a Chicago Democrat.
Yeah.
But I am a solid Trump. I'm on the train. I'm on the Trump train.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the lead car.
Oh, you're in the lead car.
I'm a man that I believe in integrity.
Yeah.
Election integrity.
So you're a Democrat. How long have you
Democrat.
voted for Democrats in Chicago?
All my life.
Your whole life?
I
Wow.
actually organized some campaigns, quite a few of them,
Wow.
for Democrats, and it's time to stop the corruption.
Wow.
Somebody needs to have the testicles and the spine, and that's President Trump.
Yeah.
But we need to stand behind them. And all the religious people that talk about how religious they are, they need not roll over. There's too many that are rolling over too early, and we need to play this out. In 2 years, the Congress is going to come up for election, and it's time to let them out of office. And it's time to vote them out.
Vote them out.
Because they are no good.
Noah, can I ask you again? What's the first name again, Bob? Or Lawrence. I should have said Lawrence. I don't know why I've screwed up that. But anyway, Lawrence, tell me what you do. Tell me what you do. What's your?
I've organized. I have a nice sized organization in Logan Square.
Uh-huh.
But
are you an NGO type of thing? Or? Yeah. Okay. So you're not politically related.
No. Zero.
Yeah,
it's all grassroots.
Okay, gotcha.
And the Democrats are very good at messaging. They're very good at organizing. But when it comes to the conservative movement, they are unwilling to stick behind one message and go out there and work it. A lot of them go to, they're traditional. They show up on election day, they go vote, but things are changing. They got to change with it. The early voting is how it's happening. Too much of the shenanigans are happening at early voting.
Right in the Chicago River, right along with the green tie on St. Patty's Day. Have you been there when the river?
I've been there, did it, and done it.
Yeah, I've been there, done it. Yeah,
but it's happening everywhere. The model of how the Biden election stole it, they copied the 1960 Kennedy election. It was a no-brainer. But Trump.
That one came down to Mayor Daley, right? Yeah.
And Mayor Daley was the magician.
The machine. People from the grave that didn't even know that they were on the voting rolls came out and voted. Well, I want to say, Lawrence, thank you so much for coming as a Democrat and supporting us. Neighborhood News, you can find us, George Webb. That's Ann Vandersteel if you want to introduce yourself to her and maybe find a couple new news sources.
Awesome.
Thanks, Lawrence. So, sir, you're holding the flag. You want to be interviewed.
He'll talk.
I want somebody without a mask because I want to make a statement. You're holding. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Come on. Okay, come here.
What am I going to say?
Why did you come? Why did you come? That's an obvious question. Why did you come to Washington D.C.?
What's this for?
It's a good. I'm Andy Vandersteel, George Webb, Neighborhood News. I'm a friend here. I'm really just trying to get the story of where are you from?
Well, several places, Arizona.
Arizona. Okay, that's a long way. Yeah, you came a long way, so you probably flew here. You didn't drive here.
No, I drove.
You drove here. Wow. Okay, and you're here with a group of people, right? And now you got your Trump stuff. You're in a swing state. You're in a contested state. Are you going to be singling out your representatives, saying, "Hey, throw this thing into the
I'm going
House"?
to do whatever I can.
Yeah. What do you? Who should we be looking for? What Arizona representatives should we be looking for as potentially a person who could object? There's going to be 100 House members that are going to object. Is any of them from Arizona?
I have not heard of any.
We don't know. And your two senators are the gal who flies the helicopter, right? No.
Yes, yeah. That and then the other one I'm less familiar with.
Okay, yeah. She the Republican. You got a Democrat as well, and she was a military background as well, I believe. Yeah, but two women senators.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. The last time I checked, I can't remember the last election. So, well, thank you very much for coming from Arizona. Is it a little colder here? A lot colder. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the farthest one we've got from Arizona. Oh yeah. Hey, where are you from?
Houston, Texas, now in Colorado.
Houston, Texas. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's a lot warmer in Houston, Texas.
Yes.
So, what's your thing that you're trying to achieve here, other than just being here?
I think I'm hoping there'll be enough people to show up.
You can just
Show the government officials that we mean business and we expect.
Yep.
There's so much fraud. It's obvious to half the population, and for some reason the rest of them can't see it yet.
I just talked to a Democrat from Chicago. They said that he's a Democrat, never voted for Republicans. So yeah.
That's good news. So maybe
Yeah. Now, how about yourself, ma'am? You're from Texas as well, obviously.
No. I'm from Florida.
You're from Florida. Oh my gosh, you people are like, oh my God, I can't believe.
By way of Colorado.
By way of Colorado. And what brings you here?
I'm with a group of people, and I'm doing the same thing. We're standing for
Is it
righteousness.
a religious group, political group, or just friends?
Yeah.
Just friends? Okay,
Just
great.
friends,
Yeah,
just
that's
friends.
allowed.
Just friends. Just friends. We're Americans, and we want to keep America.
Yeah, and what city in Florida are you from?
Boynton Beach.
Boynton Beach, right down there
Florida.
in down Miami area. Yeah, I know. I can't remember your representatives. You used to have Wexler as your representative way back when.
Yeah.
But then I can't remember who's in Boynton Beach now. I think Murkisell.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
Murkisell. Okay. Yeah. But are you warm enough?
No.
No. We all want to get warmer. There we go. Come on in for the interview. How you doing? Yeah. Good seeing you again.
Hi, Caroline's mom.
Yeah. Hey, Caroline. How you doing?
Hi.
Come on. Your teeth are whiter than mine. Get in here, Caroline.
It costs a lot.
It does? Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. We've got to show these teeth here. Look at this. Let's compare smiles. I think she wins.
I do.
Don't worry. They get a little bit, So how long ago did you have those done? You look great. This is embarrassing.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You don't want me to explain the whole story.
Yeah, no,
We got more important things to do.
Yeah. Okay, people have to get over your megawatt teeth right now, but we're through the.
So what do y'all say?
We're through all that. What brings you here? Where are you from?
Atlanta. From Atlanta.
Yeah, of course. And we met you all down there, and you were all
We're
at the
here
table.
today. I'm here today to mainly see for myself how many people are here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yep.
Taking place.
Yeah. Now I met your dad, and you're on camera now. So did you want to be on camera? Daddy kind of brought you over.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, this is. You don't know who this is? Doesn't that mean? Okay. Wow. I know who it is. So we're gonna just leave it at that. We're not gonna say anything else.
Unless she wants to.
Unless you want to.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay, I'm sorry.
He'll talk.
Yeah. Come on this way. So I met somebody who looked a lot like your daughter. Well, she was a Georgia peach, was she not? We'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
And you.
They all are in Georgia.
and you, sir, are, you were the CIO of a very major medical CTO of a very major medical group in Atlanta, very well known, very prestigious. You you put a lot on the line here to come all the way to Washington. Can you tell us why you've been so active? And you've been very active, right, down in Atlanta during the election.
Yeah, it's time to get active. The corruption's just too wide and deep, and things have to get straightened out for my granddaughter.
Yeah.
So she has the same advantages I have.
Yeah.
That's what it is in a nutshell, really.
Yeah. So you've got we just had a daughter, obviously, and you got. She has one or two.
One.
Just the first one, right? And you.
My
you were
teeth are not white.
The political situation down there,
Yes.
right? And all the goings
And
on.
monitoring the votes and whatnot, yes.
And was our reporting correct? Ed's reporting correct that they were playing the shuffleboard game with moving everybody around and not letting them testify and put. I think your daughter was scheduled to testify.
Yeah, so I was actually scheduled. I was farther down, but they cut it off pretty quick.
Yeah.
And,
there was I think
I'm sure there was. Yes.
Yeah.
They had to be.
You were not allowed to testify. They basically were supposed to start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
They moved it to 1 o'clock. Then they started moving
delaying that, putting people from out of town ahead of that. I don't know why all decisions like that were made, but pretty much a lot of the other people didn't get to testify. Got to testify on the media. They got redirected to media outlets and provided their testimony there. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. So
yeah, people are aggressive. They find a way.
John, back there at the studio, John and Andy, do you have any questions for this gentleman here involved in the Georgia protest?
I don't have any questions, George. I just want to thank you for being there. And how do you feel about the Senate election? That's a good question.
Senate election, Warnock, I guess.
Well, we saw the same thing happen. Stopped at night. Counts went negative, so it's just the same thing happened again.
The rollback of the voting and the whole thing. And then I heard it, and they said, I couldn't believe it. It was the same thing. We're going to stop the voting now and come back tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, I wonder what's going to happen between midnight and 7 a.m. again, and it did it again.
Yeah, Democrats won.
Yeah, and they were going away. The Republicans were going away again, breaking away. And then you wake up, and then you found out, oh, we lost. So is the other one, is Purdue been called yet?
Well, it's been called, but not official.
So Purdue's winning that one?
No.
No?
Yeah.
They have Ossoff is winning?
Yes,
oh, my God.
7,000 votes. But they have 17 military votes to count still. 17,000.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. I hope they don't go in the don't tell me the river that goes through Atlanta. Is it the Chattahoochee? The Chattahoochee. Right, yeah. That's your trivia question for today. Thanks for coming to Washington. Yeah, good seeing you again. It was one of the groups I visited with in Atlanta, and I'm sorry I kind of outed one of the folks that we were supposed to not out, but George Webb does that sort of thing and trying to get the story. So, sir. Can I ask you why you came to Washington, D.C.? Or is that the wrong thing? Go ahead. Tell me your story. Why are you here?
I'm here for President Trump and the American people right here, the good people of this country.
Now, where are you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, what part?
East of Raleigh.
East of Raleigh. Oh, my goodness. I've been to Fayetteville a lot. I've never been to Charlotte. I've been to Raleigh, though. I've been to Hickory. You ever been to Hickory?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, I bought some furniture in Hickory. That's great stuff there.
Yes, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio. Miami, Ohio. Yeah. So you think one of your representatives will object today, or a couple of them?
Man, I'm praying. We need that.
Is that your message to them? Is today
Today is the day.
You need to press pause on this and do some drill down?
This is D-Day, bro. This is
D-Day. Well, thank you for coming from the Target State.
Sir, thank you.
Coming to visit us. Yeah. I see the Korean flag there, so that's interesting. So we're going to move around the crowd. Guys, back in the studio, do you have any particular requests? Or should I just keep talking to people?
Well, we just want to keep up with what's going on there on the ground. And as far as the formal proceedings, George, can you update us as to when things are going to happen, or if you know what's going on in the Congress?
Yeah, I don't know if Trump has spoken yet at the ellipse or not. Down at the way Capitol Hill works is down the hill, is toward Pennsylvania Avenue, is where Trump will be speaking. I don't know if he was supposed to speak around noon. So, and I've kind of lost track of time, to be honest with you, going around these folks. But I'll just walk through some of the crowd here. It's a very peaceful crowd, a very jovial crowd, a high mood. I would say very happy. Happy to be here, even though it's bloody cold. So it's you can see there's some Q folks here. Remember, we're the W, so we want to go after those TU and V people. We're probably not going to get the Q and the R people, but those TUV people are going to be folks that we can swing over to the W. Go for the W, don't wait in the Q. So got some folks playing music here, and you can see the crowd has moved out from the you've got, it's really growing, John. This was just in the pavement area in the beginning, but you can see in the outer reaches of the lawn here, it started to move out as people are moving from the ellipse to the grounds here. And the crowd is welling up. I think this impromptu calling out of representatives and senators is the unexpected thing. And you can see the crowds now coming in and moving toward the Senate carriage room where the senators come in. That's where they want to send their message to their senator that you need to vote for taking a look. I haven't heard anybody say overturn the election, but I've heard a lot of people talking about we need to stop and take a look at what happened. This is a crime scene. You don't just roll up a crime scene. You collect all the information, you collect all the data. Now I'm going to be moving in the direction of major media here. And I'm sorry if there's a little bit of wind, there's nothing we can do about it, but you can see the crowds coming in now. And they're walking up Pennsylvania Avenue. And you can see major media here haven't cut into their spots yet. You've got all the major networks in the camera bullpen here. Normally the camera bullpen is over by the carriage room. They've moved it over here. And you can see there's no real live, no talent yet, just the grips and so forth, setting things up. But you can see that from the subways and in this direction, there's your porta potty over there. From people coming up Pennsylvania Avenue as they anticipate this vote. At 1 o'clock, the Senate will be convened. There'll be a falderall getting things going, and then there's going to be the calling to order, obviously, and the first motion will be this motion to open the votes. That'll probably be carried live on most of the networks. And then, fairly quickly, Donald Trump will be asked, Donald Trump has already asked Mike Pence to nullify the vote. And very quickly what you'll have is people object. And if enough senators object, I think it needs to be motioned and seconded. It'll be remanded. And so we've got echoing here. It'll be remanded to a debate for a 4-hour debate. This is a constitutional protection, John, that was built in by the founders, as you know, to make sure that in the instance of a fraudulent election, you would have informed electors that could stopgap fraudulent action. So they're sort of shouting down a person who was a counter protester. We haven't seen any Antifa action, to be honest. We did have a suspicious package over there by the Supreme Court not too long ago, but it was deemed to be just a package somebody left. You can see that this is a sort of signage on a lot of signs. I don't believe extra security is being moved in right now, John. Extra security is being moved in. And you can see this, you can see the chant going, "Fight for Trump," coming up as the senators start coming in. You can see the crowd now moving to the gate. Crowds moving to the gate as the senators come in. So I think the senators pretty much hear the crowd. There's only one way to get in the carriage room there. There is an underground tunnel. They could take the train from one of the other buildings, but it would be sort of like, I can't remember, Jefferson Davis trying to leave Richmond. We might be losing a little bit of bandwidth. This might be sort of like Jefferson Davis dressing up in women's clothes when he left Richmond. I don't think any of the senators want the walk of shame by taking the Senate trolley. Excuse me. So, John,
George, I think you're providing us with some of the greatest coverage that's available right now. I wish we were reaching millions of people because this is the right from the U.S. Capitol with George Webb, and we are very grateful for your work.
We've been given an opportunity to shine. The tide is swelling. The opportunity is before us. We are to remind ourselves that we are not to love our lives even unto death. He said the task of this makes no sense. It makes all the sense in the world. Freedom came by the shedding. People lost their lives. We love our lives so much that we're not willing.
So John, there's some spontaneous folks that have started lecturing sort of with bullhorns. I think that's a small percentage, but it kind of reminds me of the Oath Keeper phenomenon. You always wonder who's the FBI operative, who's the agent provocateur, you know. So John, that's pretty much a good flyby here. I did not expect to see the Georgia folks that we worked with, to be honest, and I only met the young lady once. So I didn't recognize her immediately because I was in a different state. So I apologize if I outed her or anything like that, but you know, that's the way it goes. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things where you're moving quickly and lots of things happening, and there you go.
Oh, George, don't mention it. We understand completely, and this is really the most exciting day that you've had in a long time. I don't blame you for being a little bit overly excited because that's what you're there for, and folks certainly understand. So we'll let you go. That was a great narrative you've given us, and some wonderful interviews, and we'll let you get back to your own thing for a little while. But we want to check back with you later, of course, after some more things develop down there at the Capitol.
Okay, John, thanks very much. Thanks to Andy Dabala for all his great work. Thanks to Addie Eds, and thanks to Ann Vandersteel. I really want to give a shout out to you because you guys did good work. And if you want to cut back in a little bit later, we'll do another live update if you want to do that.
100%. That sounds great. Nice job out there, George. You're doing a great citizen journalism work right now.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Andy, what do you think of that?
How exciting was that? You guys got some of the only live coverage on YouTube right now. Trust us. We were searching beforehand. It was like tough finding some things because the internet's so bad there. So
I know. Well, I'm wondering how many people we had simultaneous watching. I don't have a monitor on myself, but
right now we're at 324.
Oh, and thank you all for the super chats. Wow.
Thank you for the super chats.
What's the NTS? Well, 3,000 NTSs has got to be good, right?
3,000 NTSs has to be pretty good. So.
Wow. And $99 and some more. Oh, you guys have been great. Well, thank you so much. We do appreciate your support here at the channel and at Neighborhood News Studio.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy, you want to tell us how to support Neighborhood News Studio?
Well, you can go to nnhour.com right now, and we have all our links to PayPals and Patreons, and you can support us through George too. We also He spreads the wealth, as you know, and he's very giving and sharing. So make sure you hit George up. He's out there doing his thing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy that we're gonna keep doing this throughout the day. We have a couple more correspondents out there, and they're gonna be calling us back and getting on. So make sure you pay attention. Mark those McDuff updates right now. You go into that little bell in the top right corner. Go to the McDuff channel and hit live updates, because throughout the day, if you want some election news coverage, we're the place to go to.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to put up a Trump banner there from some of our charrette participants as they were on their way out the door to load up the cars going downtown. And we'll leave you with that image for now. We'll be back later here at McDuff_2020 with Andy and the Neighborhood News Gang. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.